not sorry. Yeah. Though it hurts, I only wish you blessings. When intuition talks, you gotta listen. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. 'Cause you build me up to break me down. Never respect the love you found. And I had a voice inside the back of my mind. I always knew it deep down. You don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh, no looking back this time. 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 Running from the truth was getting reckless. In your arms, I never felt protected. Oh. 'Cause you don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh. No looking back this time. 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 No looking back this time.
Evening, evening, evening. I hope you are all well. I hope you are all well tonight. Oh my days, I've got so much to go through tonight. So many things have been posted all over the internet, different journalists, different countries, different players. It's all getting a bit crazy. It looks like everything is starting to ramp up again. And that's interesting because in 2 days' time, the Saudi transfer window opens. And obviously the whole world is melting because of the heat, because of Chelsea winning the Club World Cup, and because Newcastle are on the verge of signing Ekitike. So the whole world is melting. All I can say, hydrate well. Just sit back and enjoy the show. I'm slightly disappointed that PSG decided to throw the biggest stinker of a game against Chelsea in the final. But it is what it is. And unfortunately, they just ran out of steam. It probably doesn't help playing Liverpool twice in the middle of your season. And it probably doesn't help the fact that you played 8 English teams from Manchester City to Liverpool to Arsenal to Aston Villa to Chelsea, and then you've also got Real Madrid, and then you've also got Bayern Munich. You've also could you have played any more harder teams to get to that final? Poor PSG. I know, Polo. Poor PSG. They must have literally just been running on empty. And then they met Chelsea, who basically rested half their team for half of the season. And now we're all going to glaze them, are we? We're all glazing Chelsea now, are we? No, we're not. No, we are not. They are still shit, okay? They've still got an angry midfielder, and potentially they've got a good attacking midfielder on certain days. But the rest of the team is not all that. I'm sorry. They will find out in the Premier League this season that they haven't got the greatest team, okay? And they are not going to win the league, okay? And they're probably not going to win the Champions League for quite a while, all right? So they'll understand, okay? And they had a really easy run to the Club World Cup final. They basically played all of the teams that won their domestic cups and not their leagues. Like Chelsea didn't play Bayern Munich or Real Madrid. No, they didn't. So if they did play them, then it might have been a completely different final. You've already forgot about the game. Unfortunately, I can't forget about the game because I gave them 0% chance. And I still have to do a show with a Chelsea guy who I clearly said, "You're bums and you'll get battered." And it was the opposite. Anyway, there's 68 of you in here on this lovely, glorious evening. What a time to be alive as a Liverpool fan. Hit the likes and subscribe, please. I am 18 people away from 1,500 subscribers, which is a pretty big deal for me. So if you haven't subscribed already, please go and subscribe. It's free and it helps me get to my target, which is 1,500 by the end of July. Okay, so that would be amazing. I will also obviously plug the membership. If you are a member, muchas gracias, and I really hope you enjoyed the show last night. Football and Rabbit Holes Part 2. Like I said, I promised you, once I get to 250, I'm on about 218 right now. Once I get to 250, I will do a Rabbit Holes Part 3. And there's quite a few things that we didn't cover. And I can't really say the words on this channel in case I get zapped. But there was a couple of things that I didn't cover. But I really hope that you enjoyed the deep dive into the Titanic mystery. And if you're not a member, then maybe that might entice you to become a member, because we went into a deep dive on how the Titanic got switched, which I hope you enjoyed, and also loads of other mad stuff, that we talked about. Anyway, okay, so where do I start? Bloody hell. Okay, shall we start with some of the stuff which has popped up today? Yeah. So I'm not sharing screens today because it seems to get really laggy and it's not a great user experience. It's also not good for you either because I just start talking and my voice isn't moving and it's probably a bit weird. So what I'll do is I've basically took loads of screenshots. So I'll be sharing screenshots of pages that I've took them from. So hopefully that's a better user experience. So let's start off with, bloody hell, where do I start? There was so much stuff that I screenshotted. Okay, so I will start with the first thing that I screenshotted today, which is this. Okay, yeah, so we'll start with this. Okay, right. Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh no, he's not in there again, is he? I'm sorry, I've got to bring this up. Hang on a minute. Someone was moaning about me on another channel in the chat. Are you kidding me? Like I don't want to be a celebrity. Are you kidding me? Somebody in another channel was moaning about me in their chat. Like, it's not even my chat. It's someone else's. I would love to know what Jamie said, because Jamie also isn't a fan. That is hilarious. Okay, Mr. Blue Sky, that is hilarious. I need to go and check that out. In fact, I'm going to message Jamie later and find out what that was about. Brilliant. Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you were talking about me then. Also, big up Solo. Okay, so that's just completely thrown me off, by the way. That is brilliant. Oh, big up James. Big up James. Appreciate it, mate. Appreciate it. By the way, like, I just want to put this out there as well. Like, when you're a member, you can come up with the ideas of what we talk about on the members show. Like, it's a free for all. Like, if there's good subjects to talk about, then I will talk about the subjects. Okay, it's your show, so I provide the content that you ask for. Okay, so I just want to let you know there that that's how it works, and the price isn't going up. Okay, it's always going to be 99p. Okay, I can't keep on reading the comments, man, because it's going to throw me off, and I'm not going to talk about anything else. Okay, so let's crack on for a bit. Okay, so from a really good source in Newcastle area, Douglas, if Newcastle did sign Ekitike, they would boast a fearsome front line comprising of new signing Elanga, Gordon, Isaac, Murphy, Barnes, and it could be that one of them departs. Who do you think will be the person that departs? Just take a guess. Shall we just take a guess? Who will be the person that departs if an £85 million signing, who's a number 9 of Hugo Ekitike, arrives at Newcastle? Who do you think will be the person that departs? Answers on the back of a postcard. Because they just signed Elanga, who plays on the right-hand side, and they've already got Gordon, who they gave a new contract to last season, and Harvey Barnes, who's playing really well. It's not going to be Gordon. It isn't going to be Gordon. Nobody's linked to Gordon at all, and they want silly money for Gordon. They want 100 million for Gordon. Nobody's linked to Gordon anymore. That's done. Okay, Liverpool aren't going back. That's done. Okay, Gordon signed a new contract. He's now on a 5-year contract, I believe. So he's done. Like, it's Isaac. There's nobody else. Like, and the reason why I say it is because Wilson, everybody's saying that he's replacing Wilson. Wilson played 2 Premier League games last season. 2 Premier League games last season. Isak played every single game. Every single game. Oh yeah, I've made a load of mods, by the way. The people that wanted to be mods, you're all mods now. Okay. So that's been done. Okay. Just to let you know. Okay. And also regular Scouse Kid. You're a moderator to moderators. Okay. So you can actually mod people yourself. All right. So if there's anyone that you want to mod, then you can mod them. Okay. I'm just going to let you know that. All right, mate. Okay. And that's how it works. Like, they're not getting rid of Jacob Murphy. They're not getting rid of Harvey Barnes, and they're not getting rid of Anthony Gordon. Elanga's just been signed. It's Hugo Ekitike is going to replace Alexander Isak. And the reason why I say it, is because Newcastle tried to sign Hugo Ekitike twice. Oh, you're also a moderator of moderators as well, Solo. Sorry, I missed that one out as well. Yeah, you're also a moderator of moderators, Solo. Just to let you know. All right. Yeah, so they tried to sign him twice. They tried to sign him when he went from PSG, and they tried to sign him when he was going to Eintracht Frankfurt, and they missed out on him twice. And I was listening to Don Hussam's show earlier, and there was a Newcastle fan on there that was just genuinely straight up. Like, he was straight up. And he literally said, why is a guy that plays for a Champions League team as their number 9 and will play as their number 9 next season in Eintracht Frankfurt going to go to Newcastle, who are also in the Champions League, and sit on the bench? Make that make sense. Please make that make sense to me. And why is a guy who's a French international, who's about to make the biggest move in his career, because this is his move, this is his superstar move, yeah? He's had an unbelievable season where he's got nearly 40 GA, yeah? He's had an incredible season, and he's wanted by a lot of clubs, yeah? And he's going to play second fiddle to the best number 9 possibly in the world right now. Tell me how that is a good career move for you. And the reason why I'm going to show you that he's replacing Isak is because of the agent, okay? And I'm going to show you this now. Okay, so we move on. All right. So this is it this one here? Is it this one? There you go. Super agent Ali Barat is in Newcastle to complete the transfer of Hugo Ekitike. The French striker excelled in Frankfurt and the Bundesliga last season. The fee approximately 70 million. Okay, he has a brilliant agent, one of the best in the world. His agent is not going to send him to a club where he's not going to play any football. Like, why is he doing that? Like, and you also have to ask the question. Ekitike doesn't play wide. He's not a winger. He's not a midfielder. He's a number 9. He plays up front on his own. He has done all season. He has done the majority of his career. And you think Newcastle are going to play 4-4-2? I would love to know a team that plays 4-4-2 anymore. I'd love to know what team plays 4-4-2, because if you play 4-4-2 in the Premier League, you would get absolutely annihilated. Nobody plays with 2 midfielders. Nobody plays with 2 midfielders in the Premier League. It's suicide. It's absolute suicide. And who are you dropping? Who are you dropping in midfield? Are you dropping Tonali? Are you dropping Bruno Guimaraes? Or are you dropping Joelinton? Like, are you dropping one of those? Like, Joelinton isn't getting dropped. Like, what's he getting dropped for? Like, Tonali? Nah. Bruno Guimaraes? Nope. Like, they're not going to a 4-4-2. Like, they're not going for a 4-4-2. And okay, what if they go to a 4-4-2? So you're not playing Anthony Gordon anymore. So you're not playing Alanga because they're attacking their left side and right side attackers. They're not midfielders. So what? You're not playing them anymore. Like, so how many strikers do you want for your two? Like, you've got 6 and you've got 2 spots. Like, it's just wild. Like, I don't know who's come up with all of this nonsense. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, it really is a bit daft, if I'm completely honest. Okay. Yeah, spot on. 4 starts as a left winger in 120 games. Well, so you're going to Newcastle as a left winger now. Yeah, good luck with that against Gordon and Harvey Barnes, Harvey Barnes did really well last season. Like, Harvey Barnes pretty much displaced Gordon at the team. Nekatike's going in as a non-experienced left-sided attacker. Somehow I don't think that's going to happen. Big up Marine for the comment. If there is any super chats or new members in the chat, can you please let me know in case I missed them? Appreciated. Okay, so we move on. Where are we? Right. So what we'll do is we'll just bring up all the Ekatike stuff because I just think it's relevant. Okay, so Liverpool discover in the next few days that the door for Alexander Isak is 100% shut. They will pivot to Hugo Ekatike discreetly. This was by Ben Jacobs today. This was by Ben Jacobs today. Like, where do we want to go with this post? Because the door certainly isn't shut if Newcastle are signing Ekatike, is it? Oh my God, I've still got more people. Oh wow, this is so weird. This person has got my face as the actual my God, I am a celebrity. I'm a celebrity, man. Like what's happening? Like, can one of the mods ban this person completely? Just ban them. I'm blocking them on YouTube, so they're gone. But can you ban them completely? They've got my face on there. Like, I'm a celebrity. Okay, so I know. I know. It's just weird. Sorry, it's just weird. It's just weird. Am I begging for members? Have I begged for members? Can I get your opinion in the chat? Have I begged for members? Yes or no? Have I been begging for members? Like have I been begging for membership? Or have I just told you that like the fact that we did a members show and what we talked about, like that's all I've said. Like really? No, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. Unless Scraps was the one that was saying shit. But I'm all right with Scraps now. Like, yeah, big up Solo. Anyway, okay, so ignore that. I'm a celebrity, but you know, we are what we are. Yeah. People making people making their profile pictures me, which is really weird. Very, very weird, to be honest. So Ben Jacobs, pretty reliable, to be fair. I mean, he goes on Football Terrace quite a lot. Has basically said that if the door is closed for Isaac, then we will pivot to Hugo Ekitike. So if the door's closed for Ekitike, do you think we pivot for Isaac? Yep. Absolutely spot on. And you know the history of Eddie Howe and Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards. They were all at the same club together, and they all started in the same team, in the same data analysis team under Harry Redknapp, in case you didn't know. So many, many moons ago, like we're talking like 20 odd years, we're talking like Portsmouth, when Harry Redknapp was at Portsmouth. So I think that one's an interesting one. I mean, I'll be completely honest. I'll be completely honest. I'm quite cool the fact that they build it, like they've got to create, they have to keep on creating YouTube channels to keep on coming on and saying stuff. So yeah, they can just keep on creating YouTube channels. Like, let's give them stuff to do. Yeah. Like, let's see how many times, how many channels, let's count how many channels they create, how many members they create themselves, like accounts, to keep on coming on. Let's count how many, because now that I've banned them, they're probably busy setting up another YouTube channel or account for me to then ban again. And then we'll just keep on doing it and we'll see how many. Like, maybe they'll do 100 before they get bored. I don't know. But let's see what happens. But I can't stop them, unfortunately. Okay, so next. What are we looking at next? Okay, so we will go to, where's the next one? This one here. So I'm just basically going through all the Ekitike stuff. Okay. Oh, you've already seen that one. Sorry. Let me replace that with another one. Yeah, replace it with this one. So Newcastle submitted an official bid today to Eintracht Frankfurt for Hugo Ekitike, proposal higher than 70 million euros previously offered by another club in the summer. I wonder who that club was. I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not feeding any trolls. Newcastle pushing to get the deal done. Negotiations underway. So apparently, according to Fabrizio Romano, hang on, let me just. According to Fabrizio Romano, there's actually a financial package on both clubs and the player side being done now. So this one could be done tonight. I'm not kidding you. Ekitike could be a Newcastle player by Wednesday. By Wednesday, I reckon. Honestly, I reckon this could happen really quickly. Which is really interesting. I mean, it's just crazy that like this one's come completely out of the blue, or has it? Newcastle are in concrete talks. negotiations underway between the clubs. Ekitike, top target for Newcastle once again. As I said, they tried to sign him twice. Magpies also wanted João Pedro. He picked Chelsea, and full focus is on an 80 million deal for Hugo Ekitike. Okay, I've gone through loads of stuff about him now. So next off, let's talk about this one. This was David Ornstein. 2 seconds, let me just remove that. So this was David Ornstein. The obvious question, this was 7:14 today, by the way. The obvious question is what this Ekitike deal means for Isaac's future. And the insistence is that Newcastle want to boast both among their frontline options. How Eddie Howe would keep that pair plus Anthony Gordon, Harvey Barnes and Anthony Elanga happy is unclear. And the finances involved in retaining them all will stretch Newcastle from a PSR perspective, but those are enviable problems to have. Okay? I always loved the way David Ornstein words stuff, because you can read into this both ways. Yeah, you can read into this as a Newcastle fan of, oh my God, he's going to make it work. And then you can also read into it as a Liverpool fan saying, well, there's no way he's actually going to stay. You could literally read into it both ways. And I think the really important thing to see in this post is it's unclear, and the finances involved in retaining them all will stretch Newcastle from a PSR perspective. So let's think of it like this, yeah? How much do Newcastle have to spend this window? Well, we all know it was about 150 million quid. We all know that, okay? That was pretty common knowledge that it was 150 million. Okay, so let's just work it out from a pound perspective. They spent 55 million quid on Elanga, which they didn't want to spend 55 million, but they have. And now they're going to spend upwards of 75 million on Ekitike. I don't really need to be a mathematician to work out the fact that that leaves Newcastle with probably around 15 to 20 million left. And they need a goalkeeper. Just as one player, they need a goalkeeper. So if they sign Ekitike, they've got about 15 million quid left. I'll ask you the question, who are Newcastle going to sell if it's not Isaac to raise the money to sort out their PSR issues? Are they going to sell Livermorento? Because if they sell Livermorento, then they need to replace Livermorento because they haven't got anyone else as backup that's any good. They want Trafford and they want Scalvini. You're absolutely right. Scalvini's going to cost them 60 million. Trafford, I don't know how much Trafford's going to cost because I know Manchester City have got a 20% buy on. So Burnley are going to want big money for him. So you look at Trafford and you look at Scalvini, that you're looking at another 70 million for me. They haven't got it. They haven't got the money. Like, they will need to sell a player. And it's what player they're going to sell is going to generate enough money for them to buy the rest of the players they need. And I just don't see who. Like, if Manchester City buy Livermorento for like 80 million, then that might sort out their problems. But I'm not hearing anything about Livermorento going to Manchester City anymore. they can't spend the money. They can't spend the money because of PSR. I know they've got money, but they can't spend it. City do want Livermorento. I know I've heard it, but I've not seen anything to say how much he's going to cost and whether they're willing to sell him. Owners are rich, Newcastle aren't. It's true. They've got rules that they need to abide by. Only the sale of a big star. I just think it could be a case of a Coutinho, like Liverpool did, when you sell your star asset for huge money to rebuild your team and put your spine in place. And if they do sell Isaac to us, then they can buy the spine. They can buy a Scalvini. They can buy a Trafford. Because it's really interesting as well, because we signed Ali and Virgil. They could do the same. They could sign their star defender and they could sign their star goalkeeper. And that could make the difference for them. Because remember, they'll have Ekatike. They'll have their forward and they'll also have Anthony Elanga. I think it is. What's Paul Rose? What's that? Sorry to say this, but we need to stop this delusion that we're going to sign Isaac. Newcastle don't want to sell him and they don't have to. Well, they do have to if they haven't got any money to buy anyone else. So, and if Isaac wants to go, then they will sell. They will sell him if he wants to go. It's interesting. I just think the David Ornstein piece says a lot more than people are seeing on the other channels. Basically, the fact that he's named all these players and he's also talked about PSR problems. What else have I got for you? I've got loads of stuff. I'm going to pivot away from Isaac now, though. So we're going to talk about the other elephant in the room, and this one, which I genuinely don't know, like if this would happen or not, but it's being mooted. It's definitely being talked about. Real Madrid to offer Rodrigo for Canate. I'm not making this up. Okay, this is on different channels now. Okay, this isn't me. Like, I did talk about this as an idea, but I didn't know it was something which could possibly happen. But Real Madrid have set their sights on Canate and want to try to sign him this transfer window, following the poor performance of Asensio and Rudiger in the Club World Cup. Also, in case you didn't know, Rudiger has an injury and he may need an operation. He's played through an injury the whole of last season. And also, Jude Bellingham is now out for the next couple of months after a shoulder operation that he had to get done. So Real Madrid might well need to sign a few players. Like, we might well need to sign a few players. And after looking at PSG last night, I wouldn't be surprised if PSG maybe had a look at Canate as well, because the guy that replaced Pacho was terrible in Beraldo. He was awful. He's a really poor player. He's not good enough to be third choice for PSG. So I really feel like PSG might be back in for Canate. Like, I know Canate said he only wants Madrid. I know that, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I know you create the reality. We talked about this last night on the members show. I know. I know. Oh, I want to talk about Gray as well. Okay, so that's the first piece around Canate and Rodrigo. I've got more. So Fabrizio Romano, I can confirm that Real Madrid are working on a deal to bring Canate for the summer of 2026. Okay. Let's see what happens between LFC and Canate in the next weeks. If there are complications, they could decide to sell the player. Isn't that interesting that Fabrizio has come out and said Liverpool might want to sell Canate now? And it has been brought up on a couple of websites that Liverpool are looking for 45 million for Canate. That's the price. That's the price. 45 million. I just want to find you the screenshot that I took. Or did I? I don't actually know whether I took the screenshot now. Was it here? Actually, it might be here. Yeah. Despite inquiries from Real Madrid, Liverpool are very clear that they won't accept anything else for Canate than 45 million. Okay? Look, all I'm doing is connecting the dots and showing you what the media are saying. Okay? You believe he's going, you believe he's not, you believe he's staying, you believe he's not, you believe he's signing a new contract. That's all on you. That's all on you. All I'm showing you is the tea leaves. And the price has now come out, 45 million. Really interesting, because that's how much Gray costs. Coincidence? I don't know. And now Fabrizio Romano said Real Madrid are looking to sign him on a free. However, Liverpool might want to sell him. Well, Dario AS are saying that he's got a price of 45 million on his head. Okay. And then we also talked about the swap deal with Rodrigo, which was 45 million for Canate and 30 million cash from Liverpool to get Rodrigo. Okay. That's the deal. That's what was mentioned. I think it was here. Hang on. Let me just open this. Oh, no, that's something else which I want to talk about later on. Oops. Kind of jumped the gun a bit. Hang on. Whereabout is it? Whereabouts is it? Where's the Canate Rodrigo swap? Where is it? Ooh. I think it's here. 2 seconds. Oh, actually, it's there. It's not there. Yep, that's it there. Sorry. Okay, can you see it there? Reports in Spain suggesting that Liverpool have agreed a sensational swap deal with Real Madrid, which could see Ibrahim Canate and Rodrigo moving in opposite directions. While Rodrigo looks as though he'll leave Madrid, amid suggestions Xabi Alonso is open for him to move. Defensa Central claims the two players could now make a switch as part of the same deal. It's said that the Reds are willing to offer Canate to Real in exchange for Rodrigo with an extra 41 million, 30 million quid thrown in as part of the deal. While it is described as tempting for Real Madrid, the Spanish giants, is said to want more money for the Brazilian, who is valued around 117 million euros. Sorry, dollars, which is about 80 million quid. Okay, so that's another interesting piece. So there's plenty of different scenarios that we're looking at. Plenty of different scenarios around Canate, Rodrigo. Like, Liverpool is just non-stop right now. There are so many options that we're looking at, which is just brilliant to see. What, is there a bomber? Is there a bomber? Has somebody said there's a bomber? Napoli haven't pulled out, by the way. I'm going to show you something now. Well, I might as well do it now. I wasn't going to do it right now, but I'm going to show you this, which is from today. Napoli have not pulled out. They haven't pulled out. Liverpool are going to reduce the price. Where is it? A new meeting for Darwin Núñez' potential move to Napoli is expected to take place today. LFC are standing firm on their 52 million valuation. The Anfield side need to loosen up more in negotiations, otherwise the deal will collapse. So apparently Liverpool are willing to reduce the price down to, I think it's 49 million. And I think Napoli offered 43. Is there another bomber? Hang on, 2 seconds. People are going crazy here. 2 seconds. Let me just see what's going on. Oh, okay, there is a bomber. Right, that's a bomber. Yeah, that is a bomber, by the way. It is a bomber because I showed you yesterday. I showed you yesterday the Al Hilal image from their Twitter page, which was a couple of weeks ago, which had Darwin Núñez on the cover. Okay, so we might actually get the money that we want. But let me just share this image because we'll do the bomber. Well, if Darwin Núñez goes, then we're looking to get about 60 million for him. We'll probably get the price that we want. But I do feel like he wants to go to Napoli. And I feel like Napoli keep on announcing that they're going to sign this Luca guy is just a way for us to get us to reduce the price. And we're not going to reduce the price because we know that Napoli are going to sell Osimhen for 70 million. And Galatasaray won't pay the installments. They want to pay 4 installments instead of 2 big installments, which means that Napoli don't have hard cash. They will have like a small installment of 20 million, which isn't enough to get Núñez, because we're not taking installments. We want cash, because that money's going straight over to Newcastle once it comes in. It doesn't matter that's the thing, Polo. It doesn't matter what we take. It's what Liverpool will take. And we can't afford to spend 77 million pounds on a player and pay him almost £1 million a goal, by the way, because that's how much it's worked out. Almost £1 million a goal. Almost £1 million. Hang on, it's more than that. Is it £1 million a goal and assist? I think it's £1 million a goal and assist. And 1.5 million a goal and assist or something it is. And we then sell him for 44 million, 43 million quid. That's a huge loss. Liverpool can't afford to lose 30 million quid. That's not how it works. And we haven't had 30 million quid's worth of service from him. Like, he hasn't provided that. And he's also only 25. Like, you can't be selling a 25-year-old who's about to hit his prime for almost half the price you bought him. It's just not, it's not going to work like that, especially when you've got João Pedro, who scored penalties last season, going for 55 million. Like, it's just not going to work. And if Ekitike goes for 80 million, then you're like, what? It's just, that's not how it works. It's just not how it works. Liverpool need to stand firm and get the money that they want for him. Like, I think he's got 3 years. I think he's got 3 years left on his contract. So yeah, we need to stand firm. And I totally agree with Liverpool just getting the most money they can for a player, because we know where the money's going. It's going back into the club to buy another player. And that player is probably going to be Isaac. So I'm cool. And also wanted to bring this one up as well. So Luis Diaz is being top of Bayern Munich's wish list again, but they're also looking at the situation that he didn't play in pre-season. The winger's absence was also with 7 other stars, and it was the risk of building up their fitness. It wasn't because he was negotiating a deal. It was Bill's head of football, Christian Falk, who claims Arsenal's Leandro Trossard was a new target for Bayern Munich in the event they were unable to land Diaz. But the Colombian situation is one to remain an eye on, okay? Bayern still want Luis Diaz, okay? And also Al Nassr want Luis Diaz. And they definitely do want Luis Diaz, Al Nassr, because Garnacho turned them down. So they're trying for wingers. They're not getting any. Like, Garnacho had the chance to play Ronaldo, who's turned them down. So I think they're going to come in for Diaz soon. Remember, the Saudi Arabian transfer window doesn't open for another 2 days. Okay? Okay? That's all I'm saying. When that opens, things will start moving quickly. What else have I got? Also wanted to do this as well. Like 8 youth players featured in the matchday squad. Like, that's just brilliant. That's just brilliant, isn't it? And Lucas Stevenson was sensational, I thought. I thought he was brilliant, honestly. I have got no problems at all with Lucas Stevenson being a third choice right back next season. I haven't. I've got no problems. He looks like a really good player, you know. He reminds me of McConnell when he comes in. Like, there's no drop off. They just look like solid players that are going to give you a 6 or a 7 every game. So I wouldn't be surprised if Stevenson potentially stayed around, because he's utility. He can play right back, he can play centre back, he can play defensive midfield. So he can also play on the right wing as well, apparently. So that's an interesting one. Bradley was brilliant. Trey Ione was great. And Rio Gigamoa, like, the kid is 16. The kid is 16. Like, he made Ben Doak look average. Like, Ben Doak has got a lot of work to do if he wants to impress, because Gigamoa definitely lit the place up. Like, 16 years old, like, he is some serious talent. Like, I don't feel like I'm going too early with this one, but we could have our own Limal in our team here. I think we could have our own Lamine Yamal. Like, Lamine Yamal's 18 now. Yeah. Gigamo is 16. Like, he could have a season where he breaks into the team this season. He could. He could play some cup games. He could play in the Champions League. And then it could be a case of, this guy's too good to drop. Like, and then he pushes himself in. Like, I don't know what we could get out of this guy, but he could be a really, really good player. Like, a really good player if he's nurtured the right way and he gets used in the right games. Like, he looks sensational. Like, he scared the living daylights out of the opposition. Like, he was that scary that they played three different fullbacks against him. In case you didn't notice, they swapped their fullbacks 3 times against him. Chelsea are really pissed off because we probably got one of their best players. We probably got one of their best players they've ever had in their academy. Like, I know he's not keen on youngsters, but I don't know, man. If you're good enough, you play, don't you? Yeah, I know. Maybe I gone a bit early on that one. Maybe I've gone a bit early. Yeah, maybe I've gone a bit early. But I'm interested anyway. I'm all for it. But eight youth players were in the squad, so I just wanted to mention that. Big up to them. What else can we cover? Shall we talk about? This guy? We might as well, mightn't we? We waited long enough. Shall we talk about this guy? Yeah. So this is from quite a reputable source in France. It also came from another outlet in France. Liverpool have met with Jean-Philippe Mateta and his agents in Paris. There is interest from the Anfield club ahead of potential transfer. How do we all feel about this? Because how I look at it is nobody has been linked with Mateta. Like, nobody has been linked with Mateta all window. And Mateta is not bad. Like, he scored 14 Premier League goals last season. He got 16 the season before. Like, Mateta is a really good player. A really good player. How does everybody feel about this? Because this one's come completely out of the blue. Like, completely out of the blue. Like, I don't know. Like, apparently he's available for 43 million. Apparently. Like, are we seeing something that maybe Liverpool are doing to maybe force Isaac to put in a transfer request? Is this a ploy by Liverpool to ramp up the interest on a striker when Ekitike is going to Newcastle, to make Isaac make a decision? Because I don't think Mateta's coming to Liverpool as the first choice number 9, and I don't think he's coming to Liverpool as a backup if we sign Ekitike, if we sign Isaac. So how do we feel about that? Or is this a stopgap? Like, is this a guy that's going to come in and play for us for a year or two, and then we sign Isaac next year? or Alvarez? Like, is this what we're doing? Like I don't know. Like, he's not coming in to be backup. Oh, there's a bomber on Anfield Buzz. Oh, for God's sake! Like, can we stop? Can we stop all of this nonsense? Because it's great. What's it called? Anfield Buzz. What is it? Liverpool have been linked with Ekitike from the start of the year, but he's always been second choice. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. What have we got here? That's 3 weeks ago, though, isn't it? Where is it? Have they pinned it? No, they haven't. I can't see it. Oh, hang on. I've got another update as well, actually. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, Liverpool. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Hang on. Okay, so Okay, so I'll just you just write it in there solo. Newcastle hope to convince Isaac to stay at least another year. Liverpool have been monitoring the Swedish international Simon Jones. Yeah. You think so? That's a really interesting one. That's a really interesting one. Would Mateta come in as a backup? Because we need two number nines. Like, we need two number nines. So would Mateta come in as a backup? And obviously, you know, Jota's gone, God rest his soul. And obviously we sell Nunes and we sell Chiesa. Then there are going to be two number 9 slots available. And it would be Mateta and Isaac fighting it out. But I just don't see us spending another 40 million on a player if we're spending 130 on Isaac. Like, I find that a mad one. Like, I really do find that one a bit wild. Palace might have to, by the way, because they've been demoted. They've been demoted down to the Conference League. I find that interesting, though, about Isaac. Like, they're trying to keep Isaac for another year, which means that he's not signing a new contract, which means his contract's getting less, which means that maybe Liverpool get Mateta for 1 year. Like, they sign him knowing that he's going to be their main striker for 1 year next year. And then we get Isaac next year because he gives them 1 more year. Like, I find that one interesting. Like, how does that work? But then, does Isaac really want to fight it out against Ekitike for his starting position? Because Ekitike is a good player. Like, Ekitike might come to the Premier League and, you know, hit it like a fish to water. Like, honestly. But Mateta for 43 million. Does that seem like an opportunistic buy? Does that seem like an opportunistic buy? 43 million for Mateta, 14 Premier League goals this season, 16 the season before. His numbers are unbelievable. He's a complete number 9. Like, he does a brilliant job as a number 9. Like, he's he's streets ahead of Nunes, how he plays. Mateta and Sesko. We're not getting Sesko. Sesko's a ridiculous amount of money. We're not getting Sesko. He's 80 million. Like the reason Arsenal didn't go for him is because they wanted 80 million for him. We don't do 1 years. No, I get we're not doing. I get we're not doing 1 year. But do we sign him as our number 9 this year, and then bring in Rodrigo? So we've got a player who can also play number 9, because Rodrigo can play number 9, like he has done. So you've got a guy that can do a couple of positions. Then you've got Mateta, and then next season, maybe we sell Cody. Like maybe we sell Cody. Maybe, I don't know. Like maybe we get a big offer from Saudi for Salah. Like I genuinely don't know. Okay, I don't know how all of that's going to work. But if you look at it like this, actually, now that we brought up stuff like this, I'm gonna bring the tactics board up again. So let's have a look at the tactics board now. Okay, let's see how we feel about this. Okay, right. So, by the way, I've got 160 of you in here. Can you hit the like, subscribe, please, if you haven't? I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so let's have a look at the tactics board. Yeah, so let's get rid of Ekatike, because that one's pointless now. So let's put Mateta in there. And let's move Isaac out. Okay, right. So you've got Mateta. You've got Rodrigo. You've got Salah. Yeah. This is this season. Yeah. And I talked about the Wirtz might come into midfield. Like, I've talked about this. But let's just move this out. Let's just move this into the tactics that we've seen against Preston. Okay. So we'll move it into the tactics that we've seen against Preston. Okay. Okay. So let's just do that. Okay. So we can have this kind of, it was kind of like this, if I'm honest. It was a bit like this. It looks a bit like this, if I'm completely honest. And they took in a bit more. And these guys come up here a bit more. That's kind of how it looks. Okay. So we talked about all of these people potentially going. Yeah. So we talked about all of these people potentially going. And we talked about all of these people potentially staying. And we also put this guy on the list as well, which we can just leave over there for now. Right. Okay. So we played Cody. Yeah. So we played Cody. Cody played. Okay. Right. So starting next season, this could be the lineup. Yeah, this could be our lineup next season. Yeah. So you have Rodrigo, who can play left-hand side. You also have Curtis Jones that can play left-hand side, and you also have Cody that can play left-hand side. Cody would be the obvious backup to him. Jones would be the obvious backup to Mac. Where's Dom? Where's Dom gone? Oh, we got Szoboszlai. Where's Szoboszlai? There he is. Okay. Dom would be the backup to Wirtz. Bradley would be the backup to Frimpong. Mama's obviously the backup to Ali. Robbo's the backup to Kerkez. Endo's the backup to Grav. Gomez is the backup to Virgil. Then you've got McConnell, Stefan, Rio, Trey, Dans, Pesky, and then potentially another defender. Well, we've literally just seen We've literally just seen Stevenson. He could be the backup for Guehi. Every single person has got a replacement in the team, apart from one, Mo Salah. And that's where Rodrigo comes in. So Rodrigo could be a floater for Salah. He could also play in Mateta's position. He's got multi-use, which means he may play for Salah once. Cody comes in. Rio's then back up for Gapco. Rio can also play in Salah's position. And this is where Ben Doak really does come into the picture. If we keep Ben Doak, I thought about this yesterday. If we keep Ben Doak, then we might not need to buy another player for the team. You can even put Dan's as Mateta's backup if you really wanted. So everybody's got backup all over the pitch, and we've still got McConnell, who can come in and do a job in midfield. He can play in Mac's position. He can play in Grab's position. Like, he's a multi-use player. Rio can play there. Stefan can play in defence if you want him to, or he can play right back, or he can play in midfield. And then you've also got Trey, who can also play in multiple positions. And then you've still got Pesky. So you've got a lot of players that can play in a lot of positions. And this is what I meant about having Ben Doak still. If we keep Ben Doak, then we don't need a player to play in Salah's position, because you've got Ben Doak who can come in and do a job. And you can throw Ben Doak on for the last 15 minutes of games. Like, he'll do a job. He did get an assist. Yeah. Woodman as well. Yeah, Woodman looked really good, by the way. I forgot about him. Woodman is our third choice. It's not Pesky. I think I wrote this. I think I did this when we didn't have Woodman. That's a really good point. Woodman was really good. So there, you've got Liverpool have a lot of players there, and all we've done is bought three. We bought Rodrigo, we bought Mateta, and we bought Guehi. That's all we bought extra. Nobody else has come in apart from those three. And I did say it's three big players out, three big players in. And they could be the players. Like, well, we want 45 million for Canate. Well, Guehi will cost 45 million. Like, that's done. That covers that. Rodrigo will cost 70 million, probably. That's how much we want for Diaz. That's how much we want for Diaz. Mateta could cost 43 million. Potentially, we're only going to get about 50 odd million for Nunes. Maybe that's the reason why we're going for Mateta, because we're not going to get the money that we want for Nunes. We might have to lower our price and go for a player of lower cost. Or we've been told by Newcastle, Isaac's given us another year. Isaac's given us another year. And after that, he'll then decide. So I just think it's interesting. And all I'm doing is just showing you the team. Okay. I'm just showing you the team. All right. What I do want to show you, though, is I want to show you this, because I know we've got Kumas didn't play too badly either yesterday, by the way, but I think he'll get sold. So you've got Canate, Gordon, Nunes, Diaz, Elliott, Morton, Beck, Kumas, Costas, and Chiesa all being sold on my list. Okay. People might want Chiesa to stay, but I'm not sure. Okay, so let me stop sharing. Let me go to this image that I took. and you can tell me what you think. You can tell me whether you think I'm reaching. You can tell me whatever you want, okay? But this was the image that I seen today, and the first thing I thought was one thing. You tell me what you think. You tell me what you think. What does that image show to you? I get the feeling Tsimikas isn't going to be around much longer. That's what I get from that image. Yeah. I get the feeling he might not be around much longer. And my biggest worry is Andy Robinson looked like he'd just been on the piss and then he came and played football in central defence for us. That's my biggest problem. If we're going to use Andy Robinson as a central defender, then we are going to have an absolutely calamitous pre-season, because he was absolutely dreadful. So Robbo has to be the backup left back for Kirkez. He has to. Okay. I think Tsimikas will go. I don't think we're going to keep three. I just don't see how we're going to keep three, especially when one of them, who was the second choice, could barely make it into the first choice. So I think that's going to happen. I also wanted to show you this as well. Where is it? Where is it that I wanted to show you? It was about Guehi here. It was about Guehi. So Crystal Palace are after around 50 million for Mark Guehi this summer and won't accept a lesser price. The defender will be willing to run his contract down if suitable deal is not arranged. Okay. Liverpool are going for Guehi. All right. Do not worry about it. Do not worry about it. Liverpool are going to go for Guehi. He is their target. He is our number one centre-back target. All right. That is going to happen. That is going to happen. I have no doubt. And this is what I want to show you, because this is going to blow your mind. These are the stats of Guehi against Virgil van Dijk last season. All right. Matches started 34 out of 34. Virgil van Dijk 37 out of 37. Goals, 3 goals each. Assists, Guehi got 2. Van Dijk got 1. Clean sheets, Guehi got 11. Virgil van Dijk got 14. Touches, Virgil van Dijk had 90 touches per game. Guehi had 64. Pass completion, 92%. Guehi, 84%. Key passes, Guehi has more key passes. Dribbles, Guehi has more dribbles. Ball recoveries, Guehi has more ball recoveries. Tackles and interceptions, Guehi has more. Clearances, Virgil has more. Duels won, Guehi is 4.9 to 4.7. And errors made, Guehi made 2. This is the guy that Liverpool see as their future captain. You said it. You said it. You said it. Guehi equals Virgil van Dijk replacement in the next 2 years. He will fit into Virgil's position when Virgil leaves Liverpool. And what I want to say and I'm putting this out. I'm putting this out there right now. Okay, right now. Okay. I think next season Liverpool sell Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk and Alisson. I've said it. I've said it. I think next season Alisson, Virgil, and Mo Salah are all be sold next season to Saudi Arabia for massive money, huge money. I think they will all be sold next season. And we are building to replace them now. Mamardashvili is the replacement for Ali. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Guehi will be the replacement for Virgil van Dijk next year. Like, honestly, at Liverpool are already succession planning for when they leave. And I think we will want huge money for them. I don't think we're going to let their contracts run down. I think we sell them next year when they got 1 year left. I've said it. I've said it. I've said it. Okay? I've said it. You got me. You can clip me. I said it. Okay? All three will be sold next year. I've only got a couple more things to show you. I mean, bloody hell. Give me a round of applause. Like, I've absolutely balled it tonight. Like, you've had so much information from me tonight. Like I've absolutely given you stacks of information tonight. And that's the last piece. Liverpool may contact with Jean-Philippe Mateta over £43 million transfer. Okay, £43 million transfer deal. Okay. %, Polo. 100%. 100%. So Mateta, it could be a ruse. It could be a way to force Isaac into asking for the transfer. It could be. It could just be the fact that we're trying to do a deal for Mateta and Guehi. It could be. It could be one of those scenarios where, and this happened with Dominic Szoboszlai. It could be the fact that we were talking to the club about Guehi, and then we found out that Mateta was available for 43 million because he's only got 2 years left on his contract. And we went, what? And he went, yeah, we can sell him for 43 million. Like, because they paid like 15 for him or something. And we've just gone, oh, okay, yeah, we'll take that. Yeah, we'll do that. And it could just be that. It could literally be that. Or it could be the fact that he was our number one target all along. And now it's come out because it's been leaked that we've met with his agents. That could be the case. Or it could be the fact that we know that Newcastle are going to sign Ekitike, and we've let them, because I talked about this previously. I said that we're giving Newcastle full reign on Ekitike, because then we can take Isaac, and this merry-go-round has to happen. And the other piece is Oshman needs to go to Galatasaray, Nunes goes to Napoli, Ekitike goes to Newcastle, and Isaac comes to Liverpool. That's the merry-go-round. There's no more pieces. There's no more merry-go-round. They're the 4 players that need to rotate. And maybe Mateta is the one that we're forcing. Like, so Newcastle are now sat there going, well, hang on a minute. You wanted this guy, you wanted that guy. And we've gone, no, we're going for Mateta now. And Isaac might be sat there going, hang on a minute. This isn't the plan. Like, this isn't the plan. Like, Liverpool's supposed to be coming for me. And this could force him. This could force his hand. His agent might be on the phone to Liverpool now, literally saying, right, Isak wants to move. Like, Ekitike's coming to take his position. Isak wants to move. We've seen that you're linked with Mateta. Like, we want to make sure that we're letting you know that he's available. This could just all be brinksmanship, just a way of getting a player to force a move. Just like Victor Gyökeres. Look what happened with Victor Gyökeres when Arsenal were going all in for Sesko. Gyökeres was crying to go to Arsenal then, and then he got his agent to forfeit his fee and all kinds of stuff. Go on strike, all that stuff. Yeah, really good stuff, like real nice stuff that I want from a player. Going on strike, not turning up for training. Like, that's the guy you want to sign. You want to sign a guy that doesn't go to training, doesn't go to work, basically tells everyone that he's never going back to the club. Like, yeah, he sounds like he's got some real integrity there. Absolute scumbag. Don't want anyone like that at our club. But if Eddie Howe is speaking to Isak and he's begging Isak to stay for another year, then Isak can just turn around and say, sorry, Eddie, you've just signed Ekitike. Like, Liverpool are selling their strikers to replace them with me. You know where my future lies. It lies at a bigger club. And Liverpool are a bigger club. I can win silverware with Liverpool. I can win the Premier League, the Champions League with Liverpool. Like, they are challenging for that. I don't care if he. I don't care. I don't care about a gentleman's agreement crap. Like, you don't go on strike. You don't not go to work because you want to move. Like, I don't want that guy anywhere near my club. I don't want a player who does stuff like that anywhere near my club. That shows a lack of integrity. That shows a weakness. Like, throwing his toys at the pram. That's what that shows. I hope he is a complete flop. Like, I hope that he stinks the place up. I hope he ends up like Rasmus Højlund and can't hit the back of a barn door for Arsenal. I really do. I wish all the worst on any Arsenal player. I despise that club so much. Like, they've now overtaken Manchester United for me. They really have. Like, they get under my skin so much because they are just so deluded. Like I'm not gonna lie, like you haven't won anything with this manager, and you are glazing over him like he is the Messiah. Like, he won one cup with Unai Emery's team. He is absolute dog shit. He's dog shit, and he spent nearly 800 million. Like, he spends nearly 250 million every window. 250 every window, and they've never sold a player that's worth more than 40 million. Never. The most expensive player they've ever sold was 40 million to Liverpool, Oxlade-Chamberlain in 2017. They are absolutely pathetic. They played a convicted rapist for 2 years. Like, do you need to know anything else? Like, genuinely? Do you need to know anything else about them? Like, they played a rapist in midfield for 2 years and celebrated him. No one talked about that. I went on loads of shows and brought that up, and that was a moot point. But no one was talking about it. And I'm like, the guys in court, like the guys in court, like appealing over this charge, and it's been turned down 3 times. Like, is anyone going to mention this? Like, Manchester United and Manchester City did the right thing, and they got rid of those bad eggs. Like, whether they were guilty or not in the end is irrelevant, but they got them out of the team because it's the right thing to do. It's the moral thing to do. You don't keep on playing him and keep on paying him. Can you imagine how the victims feel when they're sat there, here seeing Thomas Partey in the newspaper or on the TV, and they're like, ugh, yeah, that guy, he was the guy that, like, honestly, have some decorum about yourself. Absolute scum. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, they really get under my skin. They get under my skin, and they're all in the media, and it's Arsenal this and it's Arsenal that, and oh my god, they beat this team. Oh my god, they did this with Real Madrid. Like, you still didn't win shit. You still didn't win shit. You had another season of nothing. Until you start winning trophies, then you can start acting like a big club. Till you've got history. When was the last time you won a trophy? When was the last time you won a Premier League? How many years are we talking now? What, 10, 12, 15? I'm just fed up of it. I'm fed up of hearing about it. And they think they're going to get Eze. They think they're going to get Rodrigo. They think they're going to sign Victor Gyökeres. Yeah, you're all going to play in the same team. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. And next season, we'll see you finish second or third again. And then we'll all laugh at you. And everybody will get the hopes up. And all the media will say they're favourites. And they're doing this and they're doing that. Oh, they're really good at defending. They're really good at set pieces. And it's Saliba this, and oh, he's as good as Virgil van Dijk, and oh, Saka's as good as Salah. No. No. What I hope they do is I hope they compare Gyökeres to Haaland and then watch Haaland just destroy him. Because that was really unfair that Núñez was compared to Haaland. That was really unfair when Núñez only had one good season his entire career. Haaland had about 6. So, yeah, I really wanted Arsenal to fall away at the end and end up outside of the Champions League. I really did. Like, I was hoping for it to happen so much. But it didn't happen because a lot of the team around them was shit. Like, Newcastle lost and still managed to get Champions League. Yeah, so fuck them. Fuck them and fuck them all. Bunch of fucking arseholes. Anyway, I've been going for 130 minutes and I probably did 4 minutes just on Arsenal at the end. I hope you all had a good evening. I'm just going to quickly check to see if there was a bomber that I might have missed. No, there isn't. It's still Darwin Núñez. Anyway, I'm going to divert you now to another channel. But before you go, please hit the like and subscribe. I'm really close to getting 1,500. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. I really appreciate it. And if you do want to become a member, feel free to become a member. I am I'm going to do another members show in a couple of weeks, or once I hit 250 members, and I'm on about 220 right now. So it would be great if you joined, and I'm not begging, I'm just asking. But I'm going to divert you now to Coppish, who are talking about Red's link to more strikers. So I'm diverting you to Coppish. If you can do KMAC raid, that would be amazing. In there, I always spell raid wrong every single time. Yeah, if you can write KMAC raid, that would be amazing. And I will send you over to Coppish now, and I will see you all again tomorrow, no doubt, with more news, because I gave you loads of news tonight. Let's be fair, loads of news tonight. That was definitely worth 100 likes, so definitely hit the likes. If you've got any comments, please write them and let me know what you think of my shows. And big up Mikey, by the way. 21 for 20. Let's do it. I'm out of here. Remember, KMAC raid. Write it in the chat when you go over to Coppish now. See you all later. Bye-bye.